All right. I apologize for the fatigue at the end of the last episode and for the apparent delay in as much as I've been somewhat ill. But we're carrying on. And I'm concerned, as you can see, with the thumb today. Music, years ago I decided music is like a pumpkin pie. And when we think of a pie, we often think of the number 8. Cut a pie into 4 pieces, and the people who eat it may be thought of as gluttonous, but 8 is a reasonable number. The problem with a pie is that it's round. So no, that's not a problem, is what I'm trying to say. The advantage to a pie is that it's round. So when you start to eat it, it has no beginning. It's just you start where the pie is cut and away you go. And music is like that. You start someplace and you go around for a while to consume it, and then you realize that you left something out, so you go back again. And that comforts me. I hope it comforts you. I'm concerned about the thumb, which when I started designing these programs, I was going to use a lot more at the beginning to illustrate things. Then I thought, no, it's simpler to use the index finger and more familiar. Getting too aggressive with the thumb might be disturbing to people, as it might disturb people to get too aggressive with D minor or chant terminology. But we really do need to get to the thumb because it's a very helpful instrument, a very helpful digit, and it's very key to learning harmony in a comfortable fashion, and we need to get on to harmony. So here's the thumb, again for the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 7, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now, that might seem, to people who have some experience with the keyboard, extremely simple. So let's complicate things and use this thumb. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 7, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 1. And we'll complicate it a little more by doing this. 1, 5, 1, 5, 2, 7, 2, 7, 3, 1, 3, 1. Can we see those? I look now. 3, 1, 2, 7, 1, 5. All right, remember from the first lessons, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, the sections. Well, there's our first section, and we're using that to teach harmony with. We'll do the same with the right hand. And then we'll put them together, I hope. Don't try this at home, especially if your mommy doesn't like to hear you swearing. That is a lot of music. But I wasn't even going to show it that much right away, but I'm showing it now just to make you realize that things are not as simple as they seem. For instance, and that you need to learn terminology of fingering, terminology of theory, and you drill with these things over and over again because they're the only way that make the study of music graceful. and comfortable and cheerful. The first thing you learn is that fingering is rigid. You don't go like this. Beginner's fingering is not arbitrary. It might seem like that when you look at the score of a composed piece of music, and the publishers have brought in some brilliant pianist to help you with your fingering, and he puts numbers on it. Well, that may not be to the advantage of the student. You learn your fingering the natural way. 5 to 1 is like that. The ring and the thumb, the forefinger and the 1, because you need to be able to adapt that to other keys. And if you learn it like that, it's much easier than looking at a piece of scored paper. Now, the left hand is our beginner's hand again, because the thumb is clearly visible, and we work with our thumbs at the beginning a lot because they are the strongest digit in the hand. Therefore, they're a good place to start. Like a boy learning soccer learns to kick with his right foot first, because he'd look pretty funny trying to kick with his left one until he's had a chance to practice it a lot. 4 is the fourth is our interval, and it's the beginning interval in the scale, because you get 1, 5. It's a familiar harmony. We've all heard it. Now we're all going to learn how to make it. It works the same in the right hand. 1, 5, 1, 5. Except that you're using it with different fingers, because in your right hand, the ring finger plays the 1, and your thumb plays the melody, the 5, and your left hand is the reverse. Your thumb is playing the 1. And so because that's where your thumb is, we start with that. We start with the left hand, because it will open up to us how the scale opens up, the scale of intervals. So that's our first interval. And an interval is 2 notes in harmony, as opposed to a chord or a triad, triad is 3 notes in harmony, and a chord is 3 notes or more. But a 2 is a harmony. It's good enough. And when you put 2 pairs together, you've got 4 notes. And that we'll learn how to do that right throughout the scale, except it won't always be with the thumb and the ring finger. Sometimes it's with the thumb and the ring or the index finger. 1, 5. Now 2, 7. 1, 5, 1, 5. 2, 7, 2, 7. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. 2, 7, 2, 7, 1, 5, 1, 5. And right away we have enough harmony, we have enough intervals to tackle Three Blind Mice. That's all we're going to do, because we're only going to work with the first 3 numbers this time. That is 3 numbers in the melody. Whoops. Because these 4 numbers are harmony numbers. This is both a melody and a harmony number. That happens in music too, where the note has 1 name or 2 names, or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, depending on how things go. Now, when we adapt that to the right hand, we run into a fair number of problems because the hands are reversed. At one time, and that was a really big problem for theorists. We know now, we call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, at one time, because they had to think about going up and down, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because somebody thought it would be nice to have the numbers running in the right direction. Well, music doesn't work like that. Music is full of contradictions. It's always going up, it's going down, and it's going opposite. So when we go to the right hand, we've got our thumb again, we've got a ring finger again, but we've got a new complication because of just how the hands are made, so that we have 1, 5, and then 2, 7, 3, 1. 1, 5, 2, 7, 3, 1. So we use the ring finger once here, and when we keep the thumb, and then but we lose the ring finger and we use the middle finger. 2, 7, 2, 7, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. So you see, when we've come to put the two of them together, there's quite a lot to think about and quite a lot to practice toward. There's a mistake sometimes happens in music instruction that the teacher or the student is too eager to put two hands together at once. I remember a very good teacher. I heard a student do a Beethoven sonata at a concert one time, asking me, because I had a certain amount of respect for other subjects that I taught, not music, but other subjects, how soon you should insist on the student putting two hands together. And I have to say, I had no idea how to answer her. I knew so little about piano. I only played fretted instruments most of the time, so that the hands work differently. One hand fingers the notes, the other hand plays the tune or the rhythm. So there's not the same sort of question. You have to put two hands together to make music. But with the piano, it's not like that. So it's very important for the hands to know all sorts of independence and work by themselves. And that's probably the main reason that right at the beginning I insisted on opening up the scale to show you the three different divisions. And that's probably enough for today.